a little awkward.
You get teased a lot, just in general, for being the young guy.
Not really, which is crazy. not a lot. Not a lot.
If you have a great year, what are 3, 4, 5 things that you feel you've done really well?
Like at the end of that year,
Yeah.
we won Big Ten national title. That's a good question. Won Big Ten national title. I contributed well. I mean, those are really the top 2. I can't think of 5 to be honest with you, but
Gotcha.
I think those top 2 would really be great.
What do you feel of your skills? And obviously, you're a versatile guy. Which ones do you feel are going to be most impactful as a freshman?
I would say defense. That's number 1 for sure. But I think on the offensive side, I think just taking what comes to me, because the offense we play, it's not like you do certain things. Like me personally, they're gonna have me run off certain screens, have the ball. So it's like just take the best shot available and just try to knock it down.
Gotcha. Your game, obviously, from 3 has been growing for a while.
Yep.
Where is it now? Like, do you feel it's good? Do you feel it's okay, but going to get better? Just give me your thoughts on where you feel your game from 3 is.
I mean, I think now it's really consistent. I mean, we've been working on it every day. Just staying locked in. I think it's really good right now, though. Yeah.
Those summer games that you mentioned, like playing against older competition, like where were you? Can you tell me more about those?
It would be like, the Kenner League is. It's at like Georgetown.
Yeah.
I would be up there a lot. It's like the Pitts League. It's just different things like that pros would just go to, and I would just be in those situations just to get the best competition.
Were you typically like the youngest guy?
Yeah, I was always. I think I started when I was like 12. Like I'm 12 going against 30, 25-year-olds. So it's like that's really how I started building my game.
Is that like intimidating?
A little bit. Like the first couple of games it was, but like when I started getting high school, like when I was like sophomore, you're like 16. So then you walk in there, you're fine. But in the beginning stages, most definitely.
How did that start? Like how did you get involved with that?
My dad, he was like, we're gonna go do this, and I'm like, all right. I was just trying to play.
Do you think that's something that's helped you in your game growing up, is getting into that physicality?
Most definitely, because I mean, when you're young and you're playing against older guys, their speed. It's like their speed, their strength. You really have to get used to that. And then once you start to get the speed and strength, it really helps because then you're already used to it. So it's nothing too surprising.
You say you started doing this at like age 12. Like how long did it kind of take you to start to get used to all that?
That's a good question. I say like a year. It wasn't too crazy though. It was like a year because you're playing against these older dudes and it's like you gotta get used to it.
Once you have started getting older too, was there kind of a moment or like that time frame when you realized like, oh, now I'm starting to get a lot better than these guys?
I wouldn't say I was getting better, but I would say it was like I was on the same level as them. Like it wasn't like they weren't just blowing by me now because I'm not just a little kid. So it's like it was definitely.
When was that around?
Great question. Probably ninth grade, something like 9th, 10th, something like that.
What about like the flip side of that? Like were there moments that you remember when you were like, man, I gotta kind of up my game to be on these guys' level?
I remember first time I went in there, I thought dudes was gonna take it easy, and I'm guarding. Who is it? I think it was Chris Likes. I don't know if y'all know who that is.
I remember the name of it.
But we come down, you see the little thing under the basket, the red.
Yeah.
He come down, he shoved me into it, mind you, I'm like 11. So it's like that's where I really like started locking in, where it's like dudes don't take it easy no matter who you're playing against.
Do you remember the feeling of hitting that padding?
I remember all that. That's why I brought it up. Yeah, I remember all that.
Was that kind of a wake up call?
It definitely was. Yeah.
Did that kind of motivate you to, I mean, obviously it didn't discourage you. I mean, were there moments where that was challenging, or did you kind of take that as a motivation?
I think it was more motivation, because I still have my dad in my corner just telling me how to just keep getting better. But I think it was definitely motivation, though.